Rachel Bolan from Skid Row, and I am on Talking About Rock.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of Talking About Rock, sponsored by School of Rock, North Buffalo. I'm Rob Edwards. Today's guest and his band rocked the music world in 1989 with a 5 times platinum debut album. Their follow-up album, Slave to the Grind in 81, was certified 2 times platinum. In 1996, original frontman Sebastian Bach departed from the band. After that, the band took a hiatus and worked on other projects. They reformed in 99 with Johnny Schellinger replacing Bach and releasing Thick Skin in 2003 and then Revolution per Minute in 2006. In 2013, they signed with Megaforce Records and released United World Rebellion Chapter 1, and they followed that up with Chapter 2, Rise the Damnation Army in 2014. In April 2015, Schellinger was fired and replaced by Tony Harnell from TNT. Harnell left the Skids in December 2015 and formed Dragon Force. Then ZP Thart, originally from Dragon Force and then IMI, signed on as lead singer for concerts in 2016. In 2022, it was announced they had parted ways with Thart. And a recent winner from Swedish Idol reality show, Erik Grönwall from Heat, would replace him. They're scheduled to release their latest album, The Gang's All Here, on October 14th, and kick off the Gang's All Here Tour 2022 with Treatment and Enough's Enough on October 19th. We dig into the history and music of Skid Row with today's guest, Rachel Bolan, next on Talking About Rock. Okay, let's welcome Rachel Bolan from Skid Row to the show. Rachel, how's it going today, man?
Going well, man. How you doing?
Oh, great. Excellent, man. Well, you guys have definitely had your ups and downs, but never stopped swinging, man. You always keep coming back. The band seems to be re-energized with this latest lineup you guys got.
Yeah. And it's funny that you refer to it as the latest lineup because a lot of people ask, is Erik staying in the band? Because obviously
there's been some history, right?
Yeah, there's been a change up front quite a bit, but yeah, it's man, we are so psyched. Everything is just kind of hitting on it is hitting on all 8 cylinders at this point, and it's a really good feeling to get all this positive feedback from fans and just people in the industry, you know. It seems like we've been together with Erik for a really long time, but it's only been since like March, you know, and things are going really good, and we couldn't be more excited about it.
Excellent. That's great. Yeah. And I know at the heart of Skid Row, it's always been you and Snake been writing the songs, and that's how you guys originally connected, forming Skid Row. Has the songwriting process changed for this album at all, or is it still just feels right, this is how we're going to keep it?
Yeah, we always go with best idea wins, and you know which ideas are the best when you get in and it lights everybody up. You know, all the guys light up and really start digging into the song, and then we get together. You know, because with this record, there's probably about 10 other songs that we demoed. Either we demoed or we rehearsed in pre-production that not all of us felt it. You know, so it's no sense really to put together a record, you know, to have a song on a record that everyone's not 100% into. So
right.
Obviously
want the standout material.
Yeah, obviously Erik wasn't in the mix when we were doing pre-production and writing, but we've already started writing for the next record, and he's contributing like crazy. You know, he's a very talented dude. He's the first singer we ever had that played an instrument. He plays guitar and piano, and he like I said, very talented and very creative, which, you know, that has a great work ethic as well, like the rest of us. So that's why everything just works and has blended so seamlessly.
Yeah, it definitely seems like the right fit for you guys, for sure. Definitely. Yeah. And I really like the latest track you guys got out, Time Bomb. What can you tell us about putting that together?
Well, believe it or not, I was watching a Beatles documentary, that really long one that was like, I forget how many parts, but I guess I was about midway through the whole thing, and just watching them create in a room together, and just from nothing, and then the ideas that became other songs or pieces of songs that they were working on. It blew my mind. It really did. And being a creative person, that just made me want to get up and write. So
Right.
I went up to the studio, and I just put a drum loop on and started playing bass to it. And Time Bomb is what came out, and it came together fairly quickly. And there were other little parts in it that we changed a bit, but the the foundation of the song was just there. And it was just one of those things where just started writing about how sometimes, especially in this day, with everything we went through the past couple of years, some people took it in stride and some people just didn't take it well at all, and it's just kind of based about that, just someone just like kind of wrestling with tedium and their how the effects it has on their sanity.
I understand. Yeah. Obviously, some of the most influential people in music, right? The Beatles, Lennon and McCartney, probably the most legendary writing team there is. Definitely. And I know what you're saying. A lot of the artists have talked about that. What did they do in their off time? Were they creative? Did it kind of get them down? Or a lot of them had projects waiting. We're like, come on, we got our stuff waiting. When is it going to roll? But yeah. I really like the track Time Bomb a lot. So we're going to take a quick pause here, and we're going to check out the video and track for Time Bomb. We'll be right back here with Rachel Bolan on Talking About Rock.
I'm a ticking time bomb.
All right, we're back here on Talking About Rock. Just checked out the video for Time Bomb from Skid Row. Really cool track for the new album. I really like it. So
Thanks.
wanted to talk to you about a little bit, some other things, some of the earlier tracks that you guys had. So I was reading originally, so back in the day when you guys were putting together, I remember you for the first album, you really didn't want that on the album, right? You really, it was the power ballad time and you weren't thinking that it was the right time for that. And I totally get that, although it exploded huge for you.
Yeah.
Can we expect anything like that on the new album? Anything like that? Are you revisiting that type of writing or style at all?
This record doesn't have any ballads. There's a slow song, but it's not a ballad. It's just a slow song. It's like, you know, it would be the equivalent of Quicksand Jesus. I don't consider that a ballad. I just consider it a slow rock song.
That's a slow rocker. Yeah. That's
yeah.
A great
So
tune.
Thank you. So yeah, there's no ballads on there. And Nick Raskulinix, our producer, was a big part of that because we had a few written and he's like, listen, man, unless it's as good as 18 in Life or and I Remember You, let's just make a kick-ass record and not worry about
come out with a strong hard rock record. And then you can like you're already writing stuff now and you have someone that's said there's a lot of musical talent to bring to you guys. So
yeah, exactly. So we're just like, you know what, you're right. So they're sitting somewhere and maybe we'll revisit them and mess around with them again at some point in time, but we just wanted to make a rock record.
Excellent. So actually, and you guys were playing with the Scorpions on their Vegas residency, right? And
yeah,
I think that was
cool.
The first time you guys were playing the new material for fans.
Yeah, Gangs All Here came out and the single, and then it was crazy because Eric had recorded about 80% of the record at home in Sweden, and we had never met him in person, just over Zooms and talking about little changes to make and parts of songs.
That's so how it's been for everybody, right? Exactly.
Yeah. So then we had the Scorpions residency, and we're like, okay, how many days rehearsal? We've played these songs a billion times. How many days rehearsal do you think you need? He's like, 2. Give me 2 solid days of rehearsal and I'll be ready to go. So it's like, okay, he flew. We met him on a Tuesday, rehearsed Wednesday and Thursday, took Friday off and played that Saturday. So we met him in person like 4 days before our first gig, and it went great. It went great.
It was a trial by fire, but definitely passed all the marks. So that's great. And you guys go back out, was it October 19th? And you kick off the Gangs All Here tour 2022 in Wolverhampton, England, at KK Downing Steel Mill in the UK. You guys ever played there before? That sounds like a great venue.
Yeah, we have. It's cool because he's got some Priest memorabilia hanging up, like an old backdrop and some of those wacky crosses that were on stage. He's got some of that stuff there, and it's cool. There's and it's in Wolverhampton, just a cool blue collar town that just loves to rock, man. It's great. It's a good stop. Yeah,
I really like the new KK's Priest stuff. I'm really itching to see these guys live. I can't wait to see that.
No, right on. Yeah.
So I was also reading that in your free time, if you have any free time, you also race cars and produce bands as well.
I used to race cars. I haven't raced in a while because we've just been away so much. I used to race what's called Legends cars and Thunder Roadster and a couple other things, and then I just went to go-karts because it was easier, and it was go-karts on dirt, which was a lot of fun. But I haven't raced in a while because we've just been so damn busy. And yeah, I love to produce bands. Just I like trying to help a new band that I have to produce something that I really enjoy listening to, that I would buy the record
you got to
myself.
believe in the music, right?
Yeah. And so there's somebody that I hope to work with soon here, and when I'll have some downtime after we get back from Australia in December. We won't start up again till March, so hopefully I'll get something going in January or February.
Forward to hearing about that, definitely. And the new album sounds great from what I've heard from it. Eric's sound and style seems to be a really great fit for the band, for you guys. It's excellent. I do have to ask you one question though. In the future, do you ever picture a time again when you may perform with any of your previous members?
No. Why would we?
Yeah, you guys are doing great now. You're heading up the charts. It's excellent, excellent, excellent. I really appreciate it. Well, thank you for being with us today. I really appreciate that. And is there anything else you wanted to add or any shout outs you wanted to do today?
I do. Why am I wearing pink sunglasses, you ask? Because October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and my friend Paul Taylor from the band Winger is the ambassador for Real Men Wear Pink. If you go to my Instagram story, there's a link there that to the American Cancer Society that you could donate. If you can, we'd appreciate it.
Excellent, excellent. And you folks out there can catch Skid Row and the Gangs All Here tour on the road, and you can check out the new release. I believe it's out October 14th. And as for me, I'll be in Albany next weekend for the Judas Priest 50 Years Heavy Metal with Queensryche at the MVP Arena. And the following weekend on October 22nd, I'll be hosting the grand opening of the School of Rock Buffalo in East Amherst, New York, live music event from 12 to 6. And we hope we'll see you all there. And out there, we'd like to thank our audience for listening and tuning in today. Without you, we wouldn't be here to keep the torch alive and continue to bring rock musicians from around the globe. Rachel, thank you so much for being with us today, man.
You got it, man. Thanks, dude.
All right. Have a great day.